What is up? What is going on? Dave at SVA Baseball Card Collectors. Last night was in the mood to go prospecting, but I was doing prospecting the wrong way. I'm going to tell you why. I went Bauman Chrome Auto. That's what I searched for. Buying format auction and ending soonest. Now, I sometimes do that at weird times of night, and if there's good deals to be had, then there you go. Because who's buying cards at 11 or 12 o'clock at midnight? And there are plenty of people that are, but I think you can get good deals, especially later on in the night. I would say 8 to 10 is the wheelhouse of sports cards, and depending on the card, it might go a little bit later if it's a really popular card. So I'm looking, and this is exactly what you shouldn't do if you're starting, because I really need to do more research and learn more about cards, more about pricing of cards. Some of these guys, I don't even know who their names are. So, and I see that they're going for a higher price. I should know the names, but I just don't. And so I have to take a step back sometimes and not go in and bid and try to do some things and do some damage. For example, I know who this guy is. I know Victor Robles. But I didn't know, I'm not up to date with his stats. I don't know how crazy his card is going for. I know he's doing well, better than what people thought he would. And so it was his 2016 Chrome Auto, his base auto. And bidding-wise, it was at like 170. So I tried to do a quick, what did the solds go for? And there was a couple that went for $300. And then there was some more that were a little bit lower, but for the most part, they were all over $250. But I did no analysis with regards to, well, has this price been going up? Has this price been going down? Is this the high point? What was it 6 months ago? Is this a great deal, or am I at its peak right now? And those last two that sold at $300 were just a blip in the screen, were just an anomaly, and not a trend for this card. You know, so I look up his stats real quick, and he's batting .241. He has 8 home runs, which is good. He had, I think, 30-something RBIs. So his stats were good, and not, you know, home run, the power, and the RBI is good. The average is okay, but average is now not the indicator that it once was. Everyone's more on the on-base percentage, which I just don't remember what that was. Nothing like listening to someone drink coffee during a podcast. Very sexy. So, what do? What I should have done is put the phone down and walk away. But I didn't. So, I bid. Why? I don't know. But I did. And that's the gambler in me. That's the, I gotta do something, and my compulsiveness. Which is not good. You shouldn't do that. You need to do your research. You need to see where it's at, figure out the cards you want to go and go after, and get them and get her done. To just willy-nilly do this stuff, if you don't know much about the hobby, I mean, when I mean much about hobby, I mean know a lot of the prospects, know a lot of the stats. You know, it's difficult. You know, I know some guys because most of the guys I know, it's because I got them opening up packs. Mostly that's what it is. Or when I was doing some research for the prospects. So some of those guys I know, and then I'll go and look up their stats, and I already have an idea of the pricing of their card if it's went up and down. And it seems it's difficult, or more difficult, to do both meaning vintage and prospects, because you need to know. It's a lot to know, and to me, I forget sometimes. And when you're bidding on something, you need to know what your price threshold is, and you need to know that history. At least I think you should anyway. And some people might go, you see the solds on eBay, you know what the last 2-3 months are, and you take it from there, which with certain minor leaguers you can do that because there might not be enough information. But if you've got a guy who's been in the minors for 2 or 3 years and their card is 2 or 3 years old, you have data. Maybe Victor Robles, when he came out, his card was $300, and it's been hovering at that same price, even though he was a great prospect. It was a big prospect too. It just never went up, and that's as high as it's going to get. I'm not saying it is, it isn't. I'm just saying I don't know. So if you don't know, you shouldn't be bidding. And those are the same mistakes and traps I fall into. And I'm sure you guys do as well. You see something and you're like, man, I really want to get it. If you've done your research and you know the history of it and you know the pricing, then by all means go at it. But if you don't and you're guessing and you're not quite sure, patience is key. Take a step back. Maybe you might have missed out on a deal, but you wouldn't know until you really analyzed it. So let's just say you did miss out on a deal, but it took you 20 minutes to realize that you did. That's all right. Maybe another card comes out. Maybe it doesn't. But at least now you know. Now there is no doubt. You've taken that doubt away. If it was the other way around and you spent too much money, or this guy isn't doing as well anymore and that's why the price went up, and you don't know much about the person, and then you spend that 20 minutes of learning up about the card and you go, crap, this was a bad buy. You just wasted money. So that's less money to do things. At least the other way, if you make that mistake, you still have the money and you can still buy other things. There's always deals out there. On my Facebook group, one of the members found a good, who knows if it's a great, I can't tell the condition, but there seem to be a ton of cards, of vintage cards, and he got a very good deal, I believe he did. And now it's going to be sorting. But that Facebook marketplace, I'm telling you, there's deals out there. 9 out of 10 of them are garbage. I'm not going to say they aren't. You're going to get 1985 Topps Mark McGwire in terrible condition for $500. You will get that. However, that one time, that one gem is your persistence. And that's how you build up a collection. That's how you build up inventory that you could sell or collect or do whatever you want to do. I'm a big proponent of that. I'm a big proponent of also buying everything. You get the best deal when you buy everything. If you have the money to do that, you cut the riffraff, because you might have some people picking and choosing, and then you go to the guy, look, you don't want this in your house, I'll take everything out. And then you do whatever you want. As long as you get a good deal and you're able to make money, throw the cards out. Don't throw them. Donate the cards. You can do that. Use them as stuff to give out for free when you sell stuff, depending on what it is. Just be creative with those cards where you can, give value. Like because I have to open everything because I'm a baby. I had a bunch of packs of 89 Donruss, and I forget what the other one was. But I was going to use those and throw them in to, cards that were sold and say, hey, good luck. Hopefully you find a Griffey rookie card. Everybody wants a Griffey rookie card. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. So unless it's like, I forget what the hell was that red that looks like there's dirt on this side, those 90s cards, from Donruss. I believe it was Donruss or Fleer, one of them stupid ones. Yeah, God almighty. I remember those score ones, and they were just like different colors, like orange and blue. I think it was 88 or 89. I used to really like those cards. And I have a ton of them. And I'm like, these cards, I'm telling you, they're going to be worth something. It's crazy how the whole industry was duped by these card companies. And yeah, they made their money during that time, but most of them aren't around anymore. And the fact that Panini, who remembers Panini? I remember they had, as the Italians would say, a Fugazi cards. And I remember seeing it, I was like, these are stupid cards. No one buys them. Stupid Italian cards. I don't know, I have no idea. Or French cards. What's a Panini? I don't know what Panini, if that's French or Italian, where the word, the derivative comes from. But I remember seeing those as a kid. Maybe they had stickers. I don't remember. And maybe they owned Donruss the whole time. I have no idea. They could have. They were always the mother, the mothership. I don't think so, though. I don't think it is. But what I was surprised to know is Leaf. I thought Leaf was owned by Donruss, and then Donruss, since they were bought, that Panini and Leaf were the same. They're not. They're two separate companies. I had no idea. I looked it up online for the kids. No, not for the kids. I looked it up because I was working on the website, and what I'm trying to do with the website is going to be very similar if you follow. I did a lot of stuff with like internet, trying to make money online with blogs, selling stuff. That's what I was trying to do. And I would go at it hard in the beginning, and then I would just taper and peter off at the end. So Pat Flynn is Smart Passive Income, and he has a website, that he's developed over years. I mean, I was listening to him. I haven't listened to him as much, but for like 8 or 9 years he's been doing this. He was an architect, and he's created a blog. He started generating money from the blog, and then he did other, blogs, affiliate marketing, where you would write articles, and then in there you would put like, if you really like this product, click here, and then you would get money from Amazon, referral fees, and things like that. And as long as you did all the work up front, you just let the website sit, and Google will see that you have a bunch of articles and they're relevant, and they'll rank you higher and higher as time goes on, and call it a day. So now he's into podcasting now. That's what his big thing is known for, is podcasting. But I will be following his general idea of a website, and it's going to be a place where if you're starting off collecting, this is where you go. And you're going to start here, you're going to listen to some of my podcasts, and I'm sort of going to direct them on how to go about it. So that should be coming up. I don't know when I can get it done. It's a decent amount of work just to make it look right. There's not going to be a ton of like new articles or anything like that in the beginning, because I've done a lot of the work. I've done a lot of the podcasts I have, and so I'm just going to be throwing them in there and doing some writing, but that's something to look forward to. I'm at my job now. You know what that means. SVA Baseball Card Collectors on Facebook, SVABB Collectors on Instagram, also on YouTube. Buy some cards and go broke, people. Later.